what are the statutes that set up the Federal Reserve? What are the key structures of the Federal Reserve? Well, the Federal Reserve is run not directly by the president or by the Congress, but by a board of governors who are appointed for long terms, 14 years, by the president, and can really only be fired in extraordinary circumstances. And for many of the important functions of the Federal Reserve, particularly those related to the money supply, they're joined by governors of the federal regional banks, who are not appointed by the president, who are appointed in a complex way where bankers themselves, private bankers, have a large say in who is going to be appointed. And they come together and vote on the question of lowering or raising interest rate. And that's called the Open Market Committee, which is a central function of the Federal Reserve, and on which the Board of Governors sit, the 7 members of the Board of Governors, and 5 of the 12 heads of the regional bank, rotating from one place to another, different regions, from San Francisco to Atlanta, but always the New York head of the New York Fed is always on the committee. So that's the basic structure. And one last point I'll make, and I look forward to your question, is note that this is an independent structure. It's independent of the control of the president or of the Congress. And the reason for that is there is a concern that if we had direct political control, presidents or politicians would manipulate the money supply. What they would like to do would be to have great booms right before elections, because that would help them get elected. But that might lead to a hangover after the election. And so we don't want that. We want to have people who are not so directly responsible to the voters, so that we're going to have a more independent expert view that is not going to be subject to the manipulation of politics.